market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day here on the grid on a marvelous Monday evening. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, betting the world of sports. We do have Monday Night Football tonight, not in the NFL, but how about college football? With the FCS, the 1AA, if you will, championship game going on as we speak. We got some NBA, we got some college basketball, a couple of really big college basketball games tonight, and a decent little slate, 4 or 5 hockey games that we can put a couple of shekels on before we are through. So certainly time and a chance to make some money tonight, hopefully to pay some of those holiday bills that will be coming in no time soon. Before we get to it all, it is game time. What's betting you off tonight, Gabe?
Montana State, Illinois State. What college football is kind of supposed to be about, the actual game, and not $7 million transfer portal quarterbacks and hardcore fan bases. Listen, I enjoyed the Bulls this year, but man, the Montana State, you'd think this game is in Montana right now. Like, it's that loud. It's that electric in this stadium. So you've got just sort of a championship type of atmosphere, Cinderella story in Illinois State, who aren't even ranked. Like, when you look here, there's no number next to their team name because they didn't even expect. They weren't sure they were going to get into the tournament even. So Cinderella story. I think that the glass slipper is about to get smashed by the Montana State Bobcats, who are up 7-0 right now. But I tell you what, this Illinois State team, man, they've got a heart the size of the state of Illinois.
Yeah, so 7-0 early on. In fact, Illinois State got the ball. They moved on their first possession, but then it stalled, and then Montana State went right down the field on their first possession, and Illinois State just punted. So, yeah, we got a little college football, believe it or not. No one's getting paid, as you said, millions of dollars and transferring and threatening to transfer and all that other good stuff. How about that little good old college football? So we have our opening pickoff. We do at this segment, so I'll start here, Gabe. I'm going to begin with the NBA. A halfway decent game. We got Phoenix and the Houston Rockets squaring off down in Texas, tipping off in just a couple of moments. I'm going to grab the under 222, 223.5, depending on where you do your shopping. Neither team is overwhelmingly under. You're not going to get an overwhelmingly under team in the NBA, but the Phoenix Suns are 19-16 under, which does put them at the top if you want to go by unders first. Rockets 6-5-1 over at home, so they're pretty much even. Excuse me. Rockets also 4-1 under their last 5. Series, more importantly, is 6-2 under. First game for Kevin Durant. We'll get to that in a second, but I'm going to plant the flag. Give me the under 223.5 Phoenix and Houston tonight.
I'm going to start off with a team that, you know what, we've bet on a couple of times this year, and it's a type of team that not a lot of people want to bet on. Mississippi Valley State. So Mississippi Valley State have become the sort of the paycheck team. And in fact, I really don't understand, like Mississippi Valley State, these guys must be like the richest school in America right now. Forget about Texas Tech or Michigan. Mississippi Valley State guys have played Oklahoma, Hawaii, West Virginia, Texas A&M, Kansas State, Florida State, and more. Like, these guys get paid like $500,000, $1 million to show up and lose. The thing is, they cover point spreads. They're kind of like the Washington Generals. I guess that's what we'll call them. They're 1-14 outright, but they play against tough teams every night, and they're 8-6-1 against the spread. We've taken them to cover a couple of times this year. Now they're getting 11 points against Alabama A&M. All right, this is a big step down in class. Mississippi Valley State are used to playing the elite and getting lit up, but A&M, and not Texas A&M, but Alabama A&M are not the elite. 0-5 on the road, too many points. Mississippi Valley State, I think they can win this game, but I'm not going to get that bold. Give me the 11 points with Mississippi Valley State tonight.
All right, and we'll get to that game in a second. Let me go back to the Houston game for me. Kevin Durant, over 26.5 points. This is his first game against the Phoenix Suns. Yes, the Rockets did play Phoenix earlier this year, but he did not play in that game. So this is his first chance to get back at his former club. They spent, 6-7 years, whatever it was, with the Suns. He may be past all that, and I don't think it was necessarily
he was there like 2 years.
Negative
separation. He wasn't there 6-7 years.
How long?
6-7 years.
How long was he in Phoenix? Had to be more than 2.
Not long.
He said 2.
Yeah,
I'll look
like
it up.
Blew up fast.
Long enough where it's his former team, and he maybe has a little axe to grind, just a little something. Yeah, give me Durant over 26.5 points tonight.
He was on Phoenix for 2.5 seasons. He got traded mid-season, and there was another 2 years. But yeah, no, it wasn't 6-7 years. Like, it was a cup of coffee. And I will note, he's got no bad blood with them. The owner liked him. He liked it there. And in fact, if you recall, guys, they didn't even want to leave. Remember, like, Phoenix sucked, and they didn't want to blow it up. Like, the players were like, nah, we're cool. And it kind of like, they were like, no, but we're not. Like, the team was like, we're not cool. You know, you guys got to go. It's not working. But I'm not questioning the angle, but I'm just stating, it wasn't there 6-7 years type of deal. It was a cup of coffee by Durant standards. I'm going to stick to the Mississippi Valley State game again here, guys. Scott, the totals come down. I liked it at over 137. It's 135 right now. So the market has bet against me on this one, but Mississippi Valley State can score. They usually give up a ton. The total 135. This game's going to get into the 140s, I believe. Like, both teams, 70-60, whatever, 74-70 type of game. So I'm going to go over to 135. I don't know if you're betting the total of this game as well, but I do like the over. I did bet the over of this game.
All right. Yeah, I am actually. I'll skip my number 3. I'll go to number 4. How about this one? You like trends? Over 135 to 136.5, whatever number you happen to have it at. 9-0 over. Alabama A&M versus Mississippi Valley State. So you know what? I'm not going to buck a 9-0 over trend. Give me the over. More times than not, I'm sure that is Alabama A&M beating Mississippi State by 40 because they've been that bad over the years. But either way, we're either going to get a competitive Mississippi Valley State because they're going to score some, or Alabama A&M is going to blow them out. Give me over 136.5 A&M and Valley State.
I'll go with a real game right now after giving you guys this Mississippi Valley State game. We got a Big Ten matchup with the USC Trojans and the Michigan State Spartans. Fun game. We got Rutgers and Oregon going on right now, Nebraska and Ohio State, etc. But fun game coming up here with the USC Trojans. And this number has gone up as well. I see it's 11.5 right now. I think this is an overreaction. We're talking about 2 12-2 basketball teams here. I don't think Michigan State should be this big of favorites personally, and I think they are because USC just lost by 1 million to Michigan. except everybody gets lit up by Michigan. So I think, and as good as Michigan State is, this is going to be like a step down in class for USC. USC were kind of scared going up against Michigan. Michigan State are a good team, but they don't have the offense to like blow you out and run away from you. This is going to be a freaking slugfest. I'd be shocked if Michigan State rout USC tonight. And USC have been like on the road. They played in Ann Arbor on Friday night, guys. So they've had all weekend to stew after losing by 30 plus, whatever it was. Give me the USC Trojans plus the double-digit points.
I'll go back to the NBA for my last selection. I know they're begging you to take the Phoenix or the Denver Nuggets here, and you know what? Every once in a while, I fall for it. You're getting 15. I'll update the line here if it's not gone even higher. 14.5 now on FanDuel. Was 15 earlier today, but 14.5, 15. I get it. No, with a Joker, and they just got blown out in Brooklyn last night. But the trip from Brooklyn to Philadelphia is literally a bus ride, half-hour bus ride. I just have too much respect for the Denver program, but this is a classic bounce back spot. Could they just roll over? And I'm sure nobody's playing tonight for that line to go that high, but give me Denver game plus the 14.5.
My last pick will be a hockey game. The World Junior Hockey Championships come to a close tonight. Canada just won the bronze medal. I was surprised that they showed up after the disappointing loss last night, but the Czech Republic knocked off Canada last night in a very emotional game. I think it's going to be a tough turnaround for them against the Swedish team that has probably looked like the best team in the tournament. Give me the Swedes to win the gold medal.
All right, there you go. We are set. Plenty more bets coming up in Game Live on the grid. Just underway.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel that Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and you may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live Game Day here on the grid. Just underway, hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. No more Monday night NFL football, but we got Monday night. How about a little college football? And we'll have next week, in a couple of weeks, Monday night football with the championship game for college football. So we'll be here for the extent of that stuff. And we got some NFL next Monday night. Not exactly sure why. I really don't like that. They're smart enough, Gabe, the NFL, not to have a Monday night at the end of the regular season, because that creates a short week. But they have no problem having a Monday night game for the postseason. If you're smart enough to realize that there is a disadvantage, I'm not exactly sure why they would throw a Monday night game into playoffs. Outside of just it's TV, they want to make $1 gazillion. They'll get a great audience, and they will. But other than that, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're not going to have one, tonight. But they don't. But we had a great Sunday night one, so I guess we can't complain too loudly.
Yeah, we can't, basically people talk about tradition, but the leagues kill these traditions because it was never tradition to play a wild card game on Monday Night Football in the past, right? But you know what the problem is? And I was thinking about this when I was looking at the schedule actually a little bit. I was like, oh, yeah, because normally it's like, all right, this, this is the first time ever, guys. Like, people always kid about the Houston Texans being on TV in the Saturday afternoon time slot. Like the Houston Texans, like whenever people sort of like play, all right, let's set the NFL playoff schedule, you just automatically pencil them in. It's the same way, like if the Raptors or the Orlando Magic are in the playoffs, they're getting the NBA Network Saturday afternoon game. Like, it's just, it's like as a Raptor fan, I can buy tickets in advance. Got to be like, oh, we're in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, we'll be up first, like Saturday at noon. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they give you the honor of going first. It's like, nah, listen, everything else is on real TV. We're putting you on NBA TV. You guys go first. It's like one of those type of deals. The Houston Texans have been in the playoffs 8 times. All 8 times they played the first Saturday game, Scott. They even did like a mock thank you to the NFL. Oh, thanks for not putting us in the slot again.
Wow.
And the thing is, ironically enough, you're in the worst slot still. You got the last choice. Like the way it works, right. Fox and CBS get the first choice. They alternate on a weekly basis. So I don't know who got the choice this week, but they pay the most money, guys, right? So they have the right. So they pick the first 2 games first. Then NBC comes in. And then you got, and I forgot, Scott, you got Amazon. Amazon have a freaking playoff game now. Just for the record, for people flicking around on Saturday night going, what the hell? Where's the game? The Bears and Packer game is on Amazon on Saturday night. And then ESPN gets the leftover Houston-Pittsburgh game. They get like the last call type of deal, right? So it's funny that Houston sort of still gets screwed. But yeah, 8 for 8, Scott. Every playoff, every time the Chiefs were in the playoffs, they played the Saturday afternoon game.
That's funny, right? You could see 2, 3, and I remember them always being there. I didn't realize it was 8 though. That was like that's a really big number. But I get, it's a good game. There's not really a bad game though, Gabe, this year. You don't have that, Carolina versus
Carolina the Rams, and then they put that one. Not great. They put that one as sort of. That's the appetizer, Scott, right? Sort of like, we'll see over the soup. Like, all right, listen, it's going to get better, but let's get the Rams. That's what the way they like to do. They like to get the least glamorous game out of the way first.
Out of the way.
People are hyped up all week. Let's get the playoffs going. Right? It's like, all right, listen, we'll watch anything. The ratings will be good, and then it can set it up. Hey, don't worry. We got the Bears-Packers coming up in 2 hours, right? And then, and tomorrow we got the Eagles and Niners. For me personally, Scott, I think the best sort of football game, like if we're sort of looking at bowl games, like it'd be like, wow, the Bills and Jaguars is an interesting football game, right? Like 2 teams, Jags are smoking hot, 8 in a row. Bills have Josh Allen, are always dangerous. Like that's just sort of a great game. And for me, I'm intrigued by the blue blood matchups, Scott, of the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah. How about Philadelphia sitting anybody? Any problem? I mean, it really didn't matter that much when everything is said and done. But any issue with them sitting everybody last night, losing and being the number 3 seed versus the number 2 seed and winning?
No.
Right.
You know what? I look at the Buffalo Bills, Scott. Look, the Bills beat the Jets yesterday. Chargers rolled over and lost. They didn't really roll over. They actually tried. But with Trey Lance, et cetera. And they had Keenan Allen playing. Like, it was a little deceptive, actually. Like, Justin Herbert didn't play. Everybody else kind of did, right? Yeah. But they lose, and now they get the Patriots instead of the Jags. I ask you, if you were the Chargers and Bills, you want to play the Jags or the Patriots? I say I'd rather play the Patriots. The Jags are a better football team than the Patriots are, in my opinion, Scott. I think the Chargers deliberately did this, and I don't know, it seemed like this year in the NFL that teams didn't care about the seeds and more cared about the health of their players. Look at the Rams didn't play Devontae Adams. The Eagles really didn't seem to care over the last couple of weeks about seeds. right? The Bills really didn't have a ton of urgency down the stretch, to be honest with you. They lost the Philadelphia game. It was like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to play whoever we play, right? That seems to be the attitude of a lot of teams now.
Yeah. Health is more important. I don't quite agree with that, but listen, I'll trust the coach's judgment about their players.
Yeah.
Because there's so many nagging injuries that we really
Deep
don't know about.
Deep down inside, Scott, I'm with you. I'm old school where I'm like, no, man, we want the higher seed because if we win and they lose, we can get a home game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always thinking positive.
Because they reseed.
Upsets happen. We can end up getting a home game. Like, I always think I want the higher seed.
Yeah. And they reseed in the NFL, so it could happen. I mean, you don't get that many upsets, but this year in particular, I mean, all these point spreads are 4.5 or less, right? I mean,
well, let me ask you.
You can't even call it an upset.
The Chargers are a 7 seed. They're playing the 2 seed Patriots. The Chargers could win that game easily.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 3.5 point underdog, so it's an upset, but I wouldn't call it a massive upset. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty jumbled this year. You can't argue, though. I mean,
Look at me road favorites you have. Rams are a favorite on the road. Packers are a favorite on the road. Bills are favorites on the road. And the Texans are a favorite on the road. 4 of the 8 games, you get the road favorites. So
a lot of uncertainty. Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has a lock this week.
Yeah. Outside of Carolina beating the Rams, I wouldn't be surprised with any of these other teams winning.
And Carolina did beat the Rams last month, just for the record.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and they're still 10.5 point underdog. Amazing. All right, to the board. We'll check the board when we come back to Game Live Game Day on the Grid.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel at Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is In-Game Live Game Day here on the Grid, hour number 1. So let's take a peek at the college football scene where we got Montana State on the move, already leading at 7-0. In fact, they just scored. Yep, just scored. I'm not sure if it was a touchdown run or pass there, Gabe. You're a little bit ahead of me, but I do see it 13-0 Montana State.
Second touchdown rush for the quarterback, Justin Lehman, who actually have in a same-game parlay, Scott. I wish I would have played him to score 2 or more touchdowns. But I got a same-game parlay with him and one of the running backs, Adams, to score a touchdown. But 13-0, extra point pending, 10:49 left in the second quarter. Bobcats are up, they were laying 10.5 at closing time, and we'll get you the updated number. 21.5 now, Scott.
Wow.
And the new total is 51.5. We need Illinois State to score to get the party going, like, for the total. Otherwise, this could end up just a one-sided under route.
Yeah. It's funny. They posted, FanDuel posted at 13-0, right after the touchdown, before the extra point, and it was 19.5. They hit the extra point and then shot up to 21.5. You wouldn't think 1 point. Like people must have saw that 19.5. Like, whoa, that's a gift. Pound.
Somebody pounced on that, put 5,000 down, and said, I had like 3 touchdowns, so I'm getting in on this. Listen, they've been winning by like an average of 26, 27 points. They beat Montana by 25. Montana State, this is like their third trip to the championship game in the last 5 years. This is hard to believe, Scott. They haven't won since 1984. Montana State. And they've been good. Like, they're jacked. Like, you'd think this game is in Bozeman right now. Like, it's for real. Like, they're loud, man. Like, the stadium, I saw a shot. They showed a stadium. It's all Montana State. Like, one side of they gave, split it in two. So one side of the stadium is all Montana State. Then all from basically just the 50-yard line, there's a strip of red in the middle. And they're surrounded by Montana State fans. Like, how many Illinois State fans are there? Like, Montana State's a big-time program. They live for this stuff. They haven't won it forever. They are fired the F up. And like I said, they're going to do big-time parties. There's going to be a lot of shotgun blasts in the late-night hours tonight in the air in Bozeman if they win this thing. Up 14-0 right now. But I laid the points, Scott. I know you laid the points, but I got the over as well. I need some points in this game. Like, Montana State won't let up, but we need Illinois State to score a bit at least.
I think, I do like the over even now. It's 51.5. I like that. Illinois State's, they moved the ball here a little bit. Their offense is pretty good. Even if it comes in garbage time, if it's 35-7 or something goofy like that, Illinois is not going to roll over.
And they did come back in that first game too, right? They do have a massive comeback in the playoffs. They won't quit. Like, they have come back in these playoffs.
Yeah. So I think we get to 52. And like you said, I don't think Montana State's calling up the dogs. You don't do that in a championship game anyway. But every game
I think they're going to get into the 40s.
Game too. Yeah. Like you think
I think they'll get into the high 30s, 40s.
I'm thinking they're getting 40, 42, 4 more touchdowns, right? And then you got to figure Illinois State's good for 2. And then boom, there's your over 51.5.
And another thing is for total bettors. I know a lot of people that are tuning in right now have bet this stuff, but we've bet it in the regular season as well. We'll just jump in on the playoffs. And I'll tell you, one thing with Montana State is they are kind of not slow starters, but they close strong. It was the same thing. When they played Montana, there wasn't that many points at the half. Some people were a little bit concerned. It was oh boy, and it was don't worry about it. They won't let up. And they didn't. I think they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. They run the ball, and they run the ball effectively. So it's hard to take the pedal off the metal, Scott. It's not we throw the ball all the time, so now we're just going to start running it. No, they kind of run the ball all the time to begin with. And they've got multiple backs. They got 2-star running backs. Their quarterback runs the ball. So they always have fresh legs. So they will always move the sticks. But, moving the ball, speaking of which, it seems who's this leaving the field right now? There's a Montana State player. Injured running off the field, but we'll keep our eye on this game. Just quickly, if you want to get in on some hockey, guys, Sweden, it should be a really good game. Sweden and the Czech Republic. Czech Republic beat Canada last night, and it was the third year in a row, Scott, that Czech Republic has eliminated Canada in the World Juniors. And Canada were talking smack to them. It was a crazy game. It was 6-4, went back and forth. Czech were winning with 2 minutes left. Canada scored a minute left to make it 4-4. And you figure, this thing's going to overtime. And somehow the Czech Republic scored 2 goals in the final minute. And it devastated Canada. Wow. The Czech Republic really, really celebrated after. Sweden are just more even-keeled, man. The personality of the Swedes, Scott. I think it's tough for the Czechs. After beating Canada, I don't think they can beat Sweden back-to-back.
Sean Hayes, winners and losers. That's probably one of his best winners on that.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number one, waiting on Sean Higgs, winnersandwhiners.com. Good opportunity to throw my Poly Market. I was checking out the site there. They offered a pretty good bet on this one. I like this one a lot. Every once in a while, that's why we do. We kind of scan through and pick out something that, doesn't make, to me, odd sense. You could bet, or at least you could this afternoon anyway, Super Bowl, the state that's going to win the Super Bowl. California, they offer up. The no is risk 100 to win $53, which, under a normal bet you wouldn't do. But you know what? That's, the 2-1, basically, you're betting that. You're only getting the Rams, Niners, and Chargers, right? You're not getting Seattle. You're not getting Philadelphia. You're not getting the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jags, the Bills, the Bears. Let's put it this way. The top four seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, are not coming from the state of California. You're only realistically, the Chargers aren't winning the Super Bowl. Rams and Niners, certainly the Rams, is probably your best opportunity there. But with all those good teams not being in the state of California, I only have to lay 100 to win 53, 2-1. That's not a bad little bet. I'd take my chances one of those three teams don't emerge as the champs, Gabe.
Well, I'll tell you what would have been a better bet, betting on whether Nicholas Maduro would be removed from power before January 31st.
Yes.
And so this is not just like internet rumor or anything like that. I told you guys about this before, about like the geopolitical aspect of this and who's actually on the board of these companies and who's involved and the insider knowledge that they have. Somebody put $13,000 to win $436,000 about 20 minutes before the invasion, Scott.
Wow.
No
Really?
coincidence. Yeah. A user won $436,000, an anonymous account that was opened up 2 days before and only bet on Venezuelan intervention props. The timing of the user's bets coming only hours before the U.S. Special Forces apprehended Maduro prompted Representative Richie Torres to draft a bill that would prohibit federal employees from using prediction markets in possession of relevant insider knowledge. I'm telling you, bro, like God only knows, Scott, this stuff that's going on here. Like,
yeah.
I told everybody from day
Trump's
one,
on
this
the
is
board,
some...
right? I mean...
Well, people are
Everybody.
assuming it. People are actually, so I'll cut to the chase. People are wondering and reporting, was it Don Jr. or Don himself?
Right. I wouldn't.
I'm just surprised they didn't bet more.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Like all the money those guys can make, why would they screw around with something like this?
Not to
if you
raise like
knew,
crazy suspicion, though, right?
Yeah.
They did 2 plays. They
Maybe
put like
that's it.
$13,000 and then a $33,000 play in. But hours before, a new user under an anonymous name.
Wow. That's the danger of these markets. We talk about them, and they're mostly positive. They are, and it's great if you're in a state that doesn't allow legalized gambling. That's really the key. But you're gonna be, you're gonna have stuff like that.
So here it goes on, Scott, to say
from gambling.
Here, all right. Figures working with inside the injury argue that insider trading can help prediction markets fulfill their purpose more effectively. Academically speaking, prediction markets are one of the most effective tools for rooting out all inside information and maximizing efficiency and blah, blah, speed of information, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Like, I don't know. This all just sounds like
wow.
I guess we could say a lot, Scott, but like, really? All right.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who's paying out this money. Like, who's paying out this money? And how long can this go on?
I mean, supposedly, for every dollar bet yes, there's a dollar bet no, right? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? But who's betting no, right?
I don't understand this, but remember we talked about it. So it's Representative Torres is like hot on this now. Like this has them alert about this. Representative Torres is drafting a public integrity and financial prediction market that would suggest that I actually like this act, Scott. This guy is basically sort of saying, like the NC, what like they say about a player.
Like basketball player.
He wants to block insider trading, which we all know Congress and all these people do immensely. Like, who the hell puts so much effort in to get a job that pays $120,000 a year? And how are every one of them, how do they all have $76 million after 3 years? I got really lucky on the stock market. Every one of them gets lucky on the stock market, right? Every one of them. But you get into this prediction market stuff, I'll give him credit for calling it out. He's just basically saying that this is way out of control and politicians should not be allowed to be betting on predictive markets. Imagine, I told you about the story, Scott, that a guy bet on himself to run for governor there and he made money the other day.
Right. Yeah. That's funny, right? I mean,
you and I got to get our name on this and just do it. You know what I mean?
You can't.
Will Morency run for mayor of Vancouver? Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you yes. Right. Let's bet on it. Okay. Doesn't matter if I win or not. I did it.
What's it cost? $50, $100, whatever it is to file your name.
Get the signatures, and if it's worth it that I can win $300K on Poly Market, I would do it. I just admitted it, though I can't do it now.
Yeah. Let's wait.
No,
welcome
but
in Sean Higgs. Yeah, I mean that's what you have to do. Just you create your own market. So what's going on, Sean? How are you? You do you dabble in the prediction market, as they call it?
No, that's insane. But you're absolutely right. It's this crazy nonsense that people, inside information like that. Come on, that guy started it. Yesterday, you sure as hell somebody, his family member knew about it. Has to be.
Well, exactly. Like the Trump. So they tell someone, oh yeah, we're going in tonight. Don Jr. finds out, tells his buddies. Next thing you know, they're all hammering in the market. Let's just be real. Hell, I would bet it if someone told me, if I wish they called me. I'm not calling them out. I wish someone would call me and say, oh yeah, by the way, they're about to do it in an hour. But I predicted the shadiness of the aspects of this stuff, and it hasn't taken long. It hasn't taken long for it to be exposed.
Well, like I said,
mainstream media were all over it, Scott. Within an hour after, it was
a sporting event.
Anonymous person made $436,000 on this. How? How did you know 20 minutes before?
Can you imagine if this was a sporting event and it was pick a player who's gonna a rusher, Derrick Henry, who averages 80, 90 yards, and the bet is he gonna get 20 yards today? And that Derrick Henry's not playing. I mean, imagine that
you put $33,000 on it.
Yeah. So
good luck. They ban you when you put $300 on it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's a wild market, this stuff. I got to tell you, it's the Wild West.
It is crazy.
Yeah, but that's.
I tell people cash in while you can because they do give you opportunities for this stuff. And honestly, even with that Epstein file thing, I knew anyone who follows anything was one thing too, guys. This wasn't like a massive secret. The Trump administration is pretty transparent about the things they do. They've been threatening Venezuela for the last 2-3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it was actually a pretty good bet, to be honest with you. But I'm just stating that the media paid attention, Scott, and noticed these massive plays coming in on that.
Listen, the fact that it happened 2 days before, but the bet was for will he be out before the 31st, which, you know what I'm saying? Like that, maybe he got lucky, perhaps. It just happened they went in that day. You don't know when they're going to go in. They're waiting. You know, is that the perfect night they're going in? How does he know what the hell the weather's going to be? For all he knows there's a rainstorm.
Yeah, but how come there's no some like, okay, I could buy into that, or there's some smart, political science major kid that goes to Georgetown or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, this guy's a domestic policy genius, and like, all right, they're going to do this. And like, how come he ain't taking credit for it now? How come he ain't out there going, hey, I'm the one that knew this, and I'm the one that made for it. Okay, today's audience, he's got like a little egg avatar even. Like he wants nothing to like know anything about him.
They also have that thing about the pizza orders when the crap's going to go down. Like, oh, the pizza, like.
Yeah, I talked about that. You know about that. Yeah, there's Twitter accounts and things. The Pentagon Pizza account. Told you when Scott, like when there's like a bunch of pizzas and Chinese food starts getting ordered at 3 a.m. to the Pentagon.
Oh, right.
They realize something's going on over there. Yeah. They're all ordering food. They're all there. Yeah.
They're like the takeout cash cow. It's like, oh, what's going on? Something's happening.
That's funny. Can you imagine that?
People are psychos, man. A lot of smart people out there, though, that know things,
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Talking a little prediction market, poly market, Kalshi, whatever one you use. We did a little bit of that with our good buddy, Sean Higgs. So, Sean, where are we going tonight? Any interest in the college football game? You got hockey, you got NBA, college basketball on your plate. Where are the winners tonight?
I do. I got the Montana squad here wrapped in some teasers from yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put them down here. And so I got them locked in. I had them with the Ravens, so that was a nice hit there. And Denver was down to like a pick 'em. I said, you know what, let me do some crazy nonsense because those crazy lines, that a day like that, I heard you guys talking about, like, I agree with you, Gabe. You said about the Chargers, like, they literally wanted to go play the Patriots. Like, they were like, all right, we're happy. We don't want to move up to go play somebody. We'd rather go play the Patriots than try to get a better seed. Which is
the only thing with that is Mike Vrabel and the Patriots know this now. Because once again, if you and I know this, they know it. Right?
Yeah.
And clearly they did. So if you're Vrabel, imagine you could sell this to your team all week. These guys wanted to come here and play us instead of going to Jacksonville. We'll see if it pays off for them.
I still like the Chargers there. I like the Chargers. I'm taking
the Chargers plus the 3.5.
It's Mays was a second-year guy. I get he's a MVP this year or whatever, but you know what? Players are something
different. They have 2
different.
wins against teams with a winning record this year.
They lost to the Raiders the first week. That's all you need to know. I mean,
week one is whatever, but like,
think about that. They lost to the
they
Raiders.
played a cupcake schedule. This is a step up for them. Sort of like the Falcons. If the Falcons didn't lose to the Jets this year, they'd be in the playoffs right now. Lost to the Jets a couple of weeks ago.
It's a cupcake for who? Because the team doesn't perform the way they're supposed to. Like, a lot of teams are supposed to be better than they were, and they weren't. I mean, that's we could talk about that. Like, who'd they play? Oh, they beat who they're supposed to play. But go play a better team like your Bills. I don't like your Bills this week. They went on the road. They lost to Houston. They lost to the Falcons. They lost to Miami. Now they're favored. Like,
it's a bad matchup for them. They shouldn't be favorites. I said that immediately when I saw the point spread. I was like, wow, I'm really surprised that the Bills are getting the love that they are. But I'm not taking anything away from the Patriots, guys, but I'm just stating that it's not. Yeah. They literally are, like, you get into the metrics and all that. I'm trying to find a list of quarterbacks that they played, but they literally did have, like, one of the softest schedules in the last 25 years.
Yeah. Hey, 4 games against playoff teams, and 2 were against Buffalo. They only faced 2 other teams. That's amazing.
Yeah, they played anybody. So let's see. We'll find them, and we'll see them play the Chargers now. Hell of a game. You think about it, too. Vrabel and Harbaugh are very similar, and Vrabel is a hardcore Ohio State guy, and Harbaugh is a hardcore Michigan guy. It's like Michigan versus Ohio State. Travion Henderson, the running back, Ohio State. Yeah, like you got like a lot of little edges here to this game, Scott. It's pretty cool.
That's true. That's true.
I kind of like the under with your Bills there. I like the under in that game. I think everybody's going to rush to the over. That's an under game for me.
How about all the favorites yesterday? If you played the favorites in teasers, man, you didn't get one that lost. Outside, if you want to say Cincinnati, but I didn't put them really in that category, even though the Browns were awful. But Vikings big favorites, won and covered. Jaguars big favorites, won and covered. Houston with a teaser ended up covering because of that goofy touchdown in the end. Who was the Rams ended up covering. Patriots ended up covering and winning obviously outright. I mean, there wasn't one, like I like 10-point teasers. That's what I did yesterday, Sean. I dropped all those guys and I hit a bunch of them. I just kind of mixed and matched and they all came through.
Listen, I don't love doing stuff like that, but you want to do something on the last game of the year when you have things like that where, well, the team has to win for this. All right, don't be just because you have to win doesn't mean you're going to win, but you're the better team. You should be beating a team by a point or 2. I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I got this Montana State team wrapped into it too with a few. So we'll see how that works out. They're looking pretty good now,
The total is fading fast. The total's down to 46.5. Illinois State just can't score. Right? This is the problem. It takes 2 to dance. Now they are in the red zone right now. I think it's a 4th down coming up, actually. Is this a 4th and 1? Yeah, it's a 4th and 1 from the 14. They're down 14-0, so it looks like they're going for it here. We're in a little bit of a timeout. They're talking to the sideline crew right now, but you can see here we go. They're actually going for it here. 4th and 2 from the 14-yard line. They've converted 63%. Yeah.
All right.
I would probably just take the 3.
Normally I say take the points. Yeah. I was going to say, normally
you're not really going to stop Montana State, though. Like 14-3 and giving them the ball back with 2 minutes left, it's not great. Like, they got the first down, so it's 1st and goal. Here we go.
Right. There you go. They've thrown for 116 yards. They've run for 61, so they moved the ball some. That's, over 150 yards.
I took their quarterback, Rittenhouse. over 205.5 passing yards, Scott and Sean, figuring they would be playing from behind.
I like that.
Yeah,
And they are.
behind,
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they had good look
We're
there.
not out of it yet. Listen, we want to go really optimistic. Illinois State scores, make it 14-7.
They're
and then
covering
Montana
if they
State
score
scores
here.
a minute or so. Yeah. And they got a minute or so to go get a field goal, maybe. Maybe it's 17-7. Any kind of luck.
I'm surprised Montana State's they're not calling timeouts now, though. They're letting the clock bleed. I'd be calling timeouts if I was them.
Yeah.
I'd want the ball back.
Yeah.
I'd force their hand. You got 2 timeouts, Montana State, force their hand. Illinois State are gladly just going to eat the rest of the clock up here and be in no rush.
Yeah, but maybe they're content. Like, you know what? Maybe you don't.
I think it opens up, Sean, still. I think it still goes over. There's the touchdown. They get, all right, so, like you said, Scott, They got 54 seconds. We'll see.
And
you know, they're going
timeouts.
to try. They got 2 timeouts and 54 seconds. We'll see if we can get something on the way out here with them now.
So you get at least
Total
3.
just went up to 4. Wow. Am I reading this correctly? 40 and a half?
No.
40 and a half.
FanDuel's got 50. No,
I just clicked it. I know, Bet365 just had a 40 and a half. I'm like, what? I clicked it, but they just locked it. It was clearly a mistake. I'm like, we're at 21. What are we doing here? We're just at 46.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope for my 57s and 58s still here.
Yeah. Less than 14-7, you still got the overtime in your back pocket as well. So
yeah, we got 54 seconds here. Give me at least a field goal on the way out here. A touchdown would be beautiful, but let's get a field goal on the way out here.
A lot of the pro guys like Illinois State.
All right, hold on the line there, Chuck. Hold on.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel, that Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October, unless they get a really good veteran quarterback. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and you may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back to
That's
Game Live,
unbelievable.
GameDay on the grid. Wow. I was hoping for a field goal out of Montana State. We got more than that, Gabe.
Yeah, with 18 seconds to spare, Scott. So 54 seconds minus the 18. Took him 36 seconds. They scored a touchdown at 30. So we were like, all right, we got time. Bro, unbelievable. Couple of passes, boom, boom. They're really good after the catch, these guys. They're all like these sort of big Gronkowski type of white dudes that are like hard to tackle.
Yeah,
And
it's a fast. Yeah,
it's
do.
true. No, like they got a couple of brother running, but it's a good mix. They got like this sort of white guy skill position, tough wide receiver types. Couple of brothers at running back. You know what I mean? Defense, very athletic, skilled. It's a good mix. Like they're a good team. But yeah, you notice, Scott, like they're hard to tackle after the catch. These kids, like they never get tackled after the first tackle. Like they always spin out of it and keep going. Like they're a bunch of Cooper Cups. Like it's. Like they're an explosive team, but like man, that was a fast drive, man. Like boom, like the last play was cool too. The kid's like he got hit. Look at this, he got hit at the 20. He gets hit here again. Look at this, he hurdles the kid.
Oh wow!
You figure after the hurdle, look at this. Look at he dives into the end zone. Scott, it's one of the best touchdowns of the year.
Your total's back up to 55 live too. So that's
steal.
Yeah, this kid was unbelievable, man. Like he hurdles.
I thought there was going to be another play.
You figure he's going to fall down
behind.
now. He stays on his feet. He dives into the end zone. Like, what a touchdown!
3 plays, 75 yards with about 5 missed tackles on the plays. Wow! So just like that, 21-7. See, that's where you poke the bear, or bobcat, if you will. Illinois State puts some points on the board.
It went down to 46 and a half.
All right.
Total went down to 46, and that 40 and a half was a typo. But, so 54 and a half now I see. So we're right back sort of in it. Still, Montana State are laying 20 and a half. And Illinois State, Sean, they're not going to go away. This is a scrappy team, this Illinois State team.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, 20 and a half, you might entice me to Illinois State here for a couple. And guys, a couple guys I respect were like, hey, 10 and a half's worth a shot. So, I mean, if they're like a 10 and a half,
State does get the ball to start the second half. I'll tell you that.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So
that'll be big for them, Scott. You know they're going to want to put another TD on the board, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
you make it 28-7 your ball game.
Well, your over passing yards looks excellent in that spot because they're going to come out throwing down 28-7.
Their team total, guys, is 37 and a half now. Montana State team total is 37 and a half. We're at 21.
37. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so it's only 17 more points. And I told you guys, they don't let up in the second half, this team, guys. They're an aggressive team.
Yeah.
You saw how quickly they just scored.
It's a championship. What are they going to let up? What are they going to take 3 knees and punt every time?
They haven't won the championship since 84 either. They don't let up. Like, they scored a ton of points in the second half against Montana last week. Illinois State team total is 16 and a half. Yeah, that's low, Scott. I think they're going to get to 17. Low, right? They're not going to quit.
Yeah. They're good
get
for
a late touchdown,
these
guys?
Yeah. You really only need one real touchdown, and then you get the by-the-way touchdown, right? So I like
go to the half.
Yeah, I like the
Montana State are 13-0 when leading at the half. Illinois State 1-3 when trailing at the half this year.
This kid jumped high, too. I'm seeing a replay of it.
That was a hell of a hurdle.
And he broke it.
Yeah, it was great play.
Yeah. Wow. What do you think about these other games, Sean? Your initial thoughts on Thursday and Friday's college football games? Miami laying 3.5. Little surprised, personally, I'm a little surprised they're that big of a favorite. Miami laying 3.5 on Thursday against Mississippi.
I do like both unders, but I like Mississippi there. Give me some Ole Miss. I think the chip on your shoulder and stick it to Lane is real down there, man. I think they're gonna come out and play here. And I just can't trust Cristobal. I can't. I lost with him. I went against Miami in the last game. I don't care. I'll do it again. I'm just not a fan of the coach. He's gonna do something stupid.
You've got to drop it. You don't trust Cristobal thing. I got no problem with the Ole Miss take, but like,
I just really. I keep going back to that last year where, hey, we're going to run the ball. We're winning. They fumble, and the guy took it to the house. They lose a game. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
And he pulled a stone like that this year. I can't trust him in a close game. No.
The pain of putting a bet on Miami and losing is too hard.
He actually did it against Ohio State.
Yes.
And it was like out of spite. He did it to prove a point. They could have taken a knee late. Yeah. And it helped with my team total, Scott, the over 17 and a half. They could have taken a knee, remember? He played games on first and second down, and then on third down, he just ran it up right up the throat for a touchdown. He did it again. It's like, we could have taken a knee, coach. It's like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah.
let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel at Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October, unless they get a really good veteran quarterback. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. A little college football, a little college basketball, NHL, NBA, and how about our late night pickoff? Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. We got the George Kurtz coming up at about 9:30. We'll start with our late night pickoff here, Gabe. I'll dabble a little NHL, one of the late games. There's not a whole lot of games left on the schedule, but got Seattle and the Calgary Flames squaring off in Calgary. Over-under is 5.5. I'm going to go with the over. Two teams that are actually playing probably their best hockey on the season. Calgary's 9-4, their last 13 games. Seattle is 6-1, their last 7. Calgary is off a loss against Nashville. It was a 4-3 game, gave up some goals. So I like generally playing overs when I got two teams that are playing well. That generally means they've been scoring some goals. So Seattle, by the way, an NHL record-tying 17 games in the month of January. This team is going to be just shot at the end of the year. But for now, give me over 5.5 Seattle and Calgary.
Both these teams playing some decent hockey as of late, both trying to battle their way into the playoff picture. I was kind of leaning Seattle a little bit. I kind of was sort of a gut feel that Seattle will win this hockey game. But my first pick will be on the hardwood. In fact, my last 4 picks are on the hardwood here. The Los Angeles Clippers have only won 12 games this year, but they've won 6 of their last 7. Kawhi Leonard is playing well. James Harden's been balling over the last couple of weeks. So these two have been sort of carrying the team and this is what they envisioned. So they've won 6 of 7. They're coming off a blowout loss, but Golden State are a bad road team. They're a bad road favorite. They're 4-8 against the spread. Is this the 5-star lock of the century? No, the LA Clippers are a flaky team, but they are in good current form right now. And the Warriors are a flaky road favorite. So give me the Los Angeles Clippers plus 3 points.
All right. I'll go hockey again. I got another one on the ice. I'll use the late game. I'll take Minnesota minus the 120 at the LA Kings. Second meeting in 3 days. LA won Saturday. Crazy game in which Minnesota trailed 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. They end up tying it. They go to a shootout, and the Kings win. In fact, the meeting they had earlier this year was a shootout as well. So 2 games, 2 shootouts if you want to play a little hunch on the overtime. But it's the quirkiness of hockey, right? Minnesota is 3-4 their last 7, where they're playing bad hockey, right, Scott? Well, they also got a point in 6 straight games, so they're playing good hockey. Which one is it? That's the stuff you get in hockey when you have these overtimes. So, bottom line is they're playing good hockey. They are. So LA 6-14 their last 20 games at home. They're only 3-8 their last 11 overall. Give me Minnesota, the better team, even on the road, laying $120.
We're going to go with a Zubac prop. Zubac. One thing with the Golden State Warriors, has been a weakness for them for a couple of years. Listen, they used to shoot the 3 ball, so they never really were overly concerned about it, but they don't really have a big man, right? They've got rebounding issues, this team. They don't rebound very well. And Zubac is a good rebounder. This kid lights them up every time they play. And in fact, he's got 11 or more rebounds against the Warriors in 5 straight games against them. He's got 10 or more in 8 of the last 10 games against them. He returns from injury tonight, but he's good to go. It's 9.5. I say that Zubac ends up with like 12, 13 rebounds tonight against the Warrior team that always gets beat on the glass by the other team's big man. Give me Zubac over 9.5 rebounds.
All right. Last one, NBA for me. Listen, again, as you mentioned earlier with one of your plays, it's not a crazy, put the whole mortgage on it, but give me the over Utah and Portland. It's a big fat number. That's why I'm a little hesitant on it, 242.5. But if you look at Utah's scores, I mean, they don't win. They're awful record-wise, 12-22, but you look at the last 10, 12 games, they've given up 146, 131, 126, 140, 143, 128, 135. I mean, Portland might get to this number all by itself, for goodness sakes. I mean, they just don't play any defense, and they score 115, 125 points a game. So it's a big fat number, but little hunch, late night degenerate special. Give me the over 242.5 Utah and Portland.
No, I can't disagree. I like the over as well. These two teams played on October the 29th, and they got to 270 points, 136, 134. Yeah, and so whatever. They played last year, so I don't know, but the last time they played last year was 133, 126. But so throw last year. But this year, yeah, they got 136, 134. You're right about Utah. These guys just track meet, marking and playing. Markin is probably going to score 30-plus. Tonight. I do like the over there as well, Scott. And you look at the Utah Jazz guys, 21-13 to the over on the season. Portland are 20-16 to the over on the season. Portland, though, are not a great home favorite, right? They're a pretty good team. They're a scrappy team. They're, you know what I mean? They're one of these teams. One night they look really good, and then other nights, like, they're coming off a win against the Spurs. So they can ball, right? I mean, they just beat the Spurs 115-110. They also lost 124-95 to Oklahoma City, right? They also lost 119-103 to the Clippers last week. So Portland are sort of all over the place. To me, you like the over, Scott, and I agree, but I think this 6-7 is just a little high. What is it, 6 now? I just think it's a little bit high to me in a basketball game. It's going to be a pure track meet, going to come down to the final couple of shots. Utah are scrappy. They're 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. Like you said, it's tough dealing with a team that doesn't care and just tries to score 140 points on you, right? Like you figure out it's Utah. It's like, all right, when you play them, it's like you better score 135, otherwise you're going to lose. And it's not easy because they really don't care if they lose. So it's like, whatever. We're here just to shoot and put up numbers.
They are the quintessential why you can't buy into NBA players' averages. Because they're all going to average 20 points, 15, 20, 25, 30 points a game for marketing, and yet they're not going to win. I don't know if it's the coach, but they got some good players. I mean, they obviously can score. I don't know why they can't sell these guys on playing just a little bit of defense. We're scoring 130 points, and we're losing. Just play a little defense.
He's trying to tank. Danny Ainge, he's trying to, stockpile, draft picks to, because he knows they can't get free agents. Right, so he's really trying to it was almost like the Dolphins a couple of years ago. Like they're always too good, Scott. Like I think Danny Ainge tries to tank, and it's like, damn, we're winning too many games. So he starts trading players again, and he's trying to stockpile talent. But if you're, dude, the one thing we'll say, the arena is empty there. Like more people are going to the hockey teams games now. Like people have had enough. Right? How do you go support a team if you know there's no hope? Right? There's no hope with the Utah Jazz. So, like, if you're the Utah Jazz, you got to start trying to win games, in my opinion, Scott, and stop this little we're rebuilding all the time. It's like, dude, just try to get us into the freaking playoffs, right? I mean, how many top draft picks do you guys need? At some point, you got to turn it around.
Yeah. And if they're really held bent on getting this kid from BYU, then you got marketing. Whoever it is, I'm sure you could work out a trade. I'll throw you marketing and whatever.
Oh, yeah, marketing would be very hot on the market, for sure.
Refuse. Yeah, right? Isn't it amazing, right? The difference, I brought this up yesterday on many shows, and we brought it up before. The difference, Gabe, between the NBA and the NFL. Right? The NFL yesterday, the Giants again. You know, even though they beat the Raiders last week, if they would have lost against Dallas this week, they would have been the #1 pick overall. They can't help themselves, these NFL teams.
No.
The Cleveland Browns winning twice. I mean, just the Browns and the Giants have had awful seasons, but they can't help themselves.
About the Giants is over the last 4 years, they've won like 8 games.
Yeah, I heard that. Someone.
Yeah, they won 8 games, guys, but 4 of them were in the final weeks of the season all the time when the other teams didn't care. Right? Like, so they basically, long story short, the Giants have like 4 real wins in the last 4 years, like against games like the other team tried in. Right? Like the Giants are the kings of this. We should know it. Like mark it up for the future. Oh, yeah, Giants win in the last week 17, 18. Giants are kingpins suddenly then.
Put that future bet at the beginning of the year. You know, guys like put future bets.
I told you, though. You think Jackson Dart wants to tank? So, they're going to take Mendoza or Dante Moore. He doesn't want that. Yeah. He's like, no. Like, we're going to fall in the draft. Like, and Kafka didn't care. He knew he wasn't coming back. He's like, I'm trying to win.
Amazing. All right, more coming.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. Unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got a Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. So check the college basketball board. How about the Scarlet Knights in overtime leading Oregon 85-82? I didn't see that one coming. They were 4-point underdogs. Nice little effort.
Put him on a hot seat too, Scott. Yeah, Dana Altman.
Yeah,
he's got to go.
Altman, okay.
Yeah, that program is falling in a state of disrepair. You look at the football program at Oregon, they're a Nike school. Why aren't they getting better players? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Like, they need an investigation, like an internal, what's wrong with the program type of deal. The Ducks are not feared anymore. They're not the team that they were. Think about it. Who's an NBA player that played for the Oregon Ducks? I'll tell you, like, who the last one?
Dylan Brooks? No.
Yeah,
no.
Dylan Brooks.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, Dylan Brooks was there when Coach Krzyzewski was still there type thing. Like, Dylan Brooks been in the NBA a while. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why
Chris
I didn't think it was
Boucher?
him. I think there's got to be someone else after him.
No, Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher, yeah, he's okay. He played for the Raptors, won a championship, but like, like, you know what I mean? They don't have like these big high-profile players anymore, right? They're just not that good, and indication that they're losing tonight.
World, right? They got to have all the money in the world. In the world of NIL now, right? No one can get more money than them with Nike down the street, and they still can't buy players. Like,
you know, they are Nike, which is wild. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's bizarre what's going on with that basketball program. So they were 4-point road favorites tonight. I did not take them. I didn't take Rutgers, but I thought the Rutgers could be the play here. I'm on USC, guys, plus the 10.5. Not a great start. Low scoring, 24-11 now for Sparty. So USC are getting overwhelmed in the state of Michigan so far. And my Mississippi Valley State pick is terrible. We're down by 17, and it's a low-scoring game. It's a bad combination.
Yeah, our overplay, and that's not looking good. 37-20, just started the second half. Down to 121.5.
Gonna need this football
taking
game.
the risk with Mississippi Valley State. Yeah, they could put 40 on the board like it's nobody's business rather than, you know, the normal 55, 60.
What the hell are they doing? Yeah. You got to live with the consequences when you bet an Alabama A&M Mississippi Valley State game. But this is disappointing, nevertheless, Scott. I'm disappointed in the effort.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
You're a 1-14 team, but you're 8-6 against the spread. You played against like the Florida freaking Gators and stuff. Like, what's your problem against A&M here? Like, seriously.
Yeah. I didn't bet it, but I thought USC, I was a little hesitant on USC, but I thought after getting walloped the other day by your boys that they would bounce back and just say, listen, we got to make something of this Michigan sweep run that we're making. But yeah, not the case, at least not so far. But I think 1-7, where are my notes on that one? 1-6, 1-7 on the road they are against the spread. They just don't play as well on the road as they do at home.
Midwest, here they are.
1-7, last 8 road games. You know, these are
Houston
road
Christian
trips,
tonight. For the record, guys, moving forward, Houston Christian are pretty bad. And it's just, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi are nobody, so I didn't want to lay the 7.5, but I'm kicking myself. I didn't. Tonight's one of those nights where I'm leaving winners on the board, and the ones I took aren't winning so far. But, Corpus Christi are winning by 15 kind of easily. Blowout city in the NBA, too, huh? The Pistons are murdering the Knicks right now, 108-82 on NBC late in the fourth quarter. The Celtics have won more games than I thought they would so far, Scott, this year. But yeah, they're up 91-75. Raptors are up 10 on the Hawks right now. And I don't know if we saw the reports there that the Hawks are trading Trae Young now. It's official.
Yeah.
They're basically like their agent.
I was going to say who wants him, but they'll get something for him, obviously. They're going to get something.
Somebody will pick him up. It's funny
Yeah.
because they just played the Raptors over the weekend. It's one of these back-to-back type of deals. And people picked up the mic and the lip reading of Trae Young. And he was so like, Scotty Barnes is like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. Like, Trae Young came up to the Raptors beat the Hawks the other night. And Trae Young went up to Scotty Barnes after. Said, damn, man, you guys are pretty fine. You guys look pretty fine, man. He goes, I'm thinking about joining you, man. What do you think? Like, maybe I should come here, huh? And Barnes was like, yeah, like sort of like Trae knows Scotty Barnes is the team. Like he's the star of the Raptors. So Trae was trying to get Scotty to go back into the room and tell the coach and everyone, oh, Trae wants to join us. They don't need Trae Young, the Raptors. The Raptors need a big man. Trae Young, they don't need Trae Young. They got Brandon Ingram. They got they got Scotty. Like they don't need. They got it quickly. I'd rather quickly than Trae Young. Like they don't need Trae Young. Like, Trae Young's a problem defensively, Scott. Like, he's not the right guy for the Raptors. But I'm just telling you, he's trying to talk his way on in teams right now. Because, like you said, I don't think anyone wants him. That's good.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Sacramento or one of these teams will take him. But, and he scores. He doesn't play defense. You know, he doesn't get along with people all the time on the team. Like, he's kind of his own guy. He's not a star. Yeah, like he's a stat guy, right? Let's call it out for what it is.
Yeah. He's going to go on a team, like you said, like a Sacramento, you know, a Washington
Memphis,
Wizards,
New Orleans. Yeah,
Memphis,
one of those
New
teams.
Orleans. Yeah.
And he'll put up
he's
his
going to go
27
from the pot
tonight.
to the frying pan. Yeah. But he's never
But
going to
if you're a team that wants to play in the playoffs, the thing is, though, Scott, if you put him on a good team, thing with Trae is, if let's say you put him on a really good team and he wasn't the guy, and you just said, all right, listen, all we need to do is score and just sort of stay out of the way, but you're not the guy and you're not going to have the ball all the time. He's got to sort of decide what he wants in his career. Do I want to win and I want to join a good team and become a team player and just do whatever the coach tells me to help this team win? Or do I want to be Trae and put up my 27, 30 a night and not win? Right? Sort of like Jordan
He's
Poole.
a modern-day Allen Iverson.
Look at Jordan Poole,
Iverson
Scott. Jordan Poole was on
better.
Golden State, winning titles and like having a good life, or like on on the Warriors or whatever. And like, he was like, nah, I'd rather be on the Wizards or the Pelicans than this. Like, I don't like it. I don't want this. Like, I don't want to be yelled at by Draymond and punched and whatever. Like, a lot of these kids in the NBA are just happy to be in the NBA and be the guy and put up points,
Yeah. It's amazing. You said Celtics win him big. I tell you, if they got Jason Tatum back this year.
Yeah, they can't write him off.
Yeah.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel, at Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this hit maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. How about this line you never thought you would see in the NBA? Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. We got George Kurtz. We'll do some NFL and hockey with him in about 5 minutes. Charlotte minus 140 against OKC. That's right.
Wow.
You heard that right. They are 2.5-point favorites, minus 140 on the money line. They lead at the half 67-50. Wow, Charlotte.
The Thunder
who
down
I-
17 on their home court.
At home, though.
15.5-point favorites. Yeah, they played last night. So it's a quick turnaround. They played last night against Phoenix, and Phoenix beat them. I was thinking, man, it's a tough spot for Phoenix tonight. I was tempted by the 8.5, but Phoenix are winning as well, 60-54. But does Oklahoma City come back? You're getting plus 120 on the money line right now. They're down 17 on their home floor.
You know, Charlotte, we looked it up, and I noticed this. They're 5-5 their last 10 games, and they're right around like 7-7 or 8-8 their last 16 games or so. So they actually played halfway decent ball. It's not great, but for Charlotte it is. So and I noticed that. I thought that line was kind of suspiciously low. I know they played last night, but I figured because of the loss, that would have been a little bit higher than even 15. But lo and behold, it's hard not to, they're not going to lose to Charlotte, are they? Let me just double check and make sure everybody is playing. They're not a team that takes off for the most part, but maybe we missed something. You always want to double check on these things. You can't keep track of all these clubs. But
They
Chet,
don't.
Lou, they're all there. Yeah, they're all there. Wait, Williams?
Yeah, they don't.
Holmgren?
They don't have one of the Williamses, but you got Dort, Alexander, Holmgren playing. So they're a little short. You see there's a couple of people missing here, but the Charlotte Hornets, they're another one of these teams. They don't play a ton of defense, but they're a load to deal with. The Kneppel kid has been lighting it up. He's only got 10 points so far, but he's been lighting it up so far. LaMelo Ball turns the ball over and does kind of dumb things at times, but he's also hard to deal with because he's like a street ball player. Like Charlotte, like you said, they're 5-5 in their last 10. They've been competitive. Teams get fired up to play the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Yeah, I mean, they got Brandon Miller, super high draft choice, right? They got Knippel. They got Miles Bridges.
Bridges is really good, too, actually. Bridges is really good. They're a couple of players away, Scott, from becoming a real team.
Yeah. 60. That said, I think I'd still take OKC, though, plus the 2.5 or plus the 110, 120 on the money line. I can't see that.
There is a saying, though, in sports. We talk about this in the fight game a lot. Upsets happen kind of in the holidays. Now, the holidays are kind of ending now, but you know what I mean? You can catch teams sort of in their own personal life, bubble or whatever, and sort of they're not entirely focused. It looks like Oklahoma City are kind of getting derailed a little bit. Seems like that NBA Cup game against San Antonio, losing to San Antonio threw them for a loop a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Right? It kind of
and then they lost again to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe charge their confidence?
I think it's just sort of, I think they lost a little bit of their swag, as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah.
And also, you look at them, they're not a great shooting team, Oklahoma City. It's almost surprising they're as good as they are, kind of like, you know what I mean? Because SGA's the same all the time, Scott. So it's kind of like everybody else, right? SGA is going to score 33. He's going to take it to the rack. So he's kind of the same player every night, but everybody else isn't on that team. I don't think they're invincible. You and I talked about it. I like them a lot more in the regular season. Like I said, when you get them in a playoff series, hell, the Pacers took them 7 last year. And the Pacers didn't even have Halliburton in some of those games.
Denver had them 2-1, too. I know that's far
Denver
from being
had
over.
2-1, 3-2. Exactly. It was it was close at 3-2. Right? When you get them in a 7-game series, a little bit different, but they're just so good in the regular season. They overwhelm you all the time. But I'm still high on San Antonio, Scott. But hell, San Antonio are perfect. They just lost to Portland the other night, right? I mean, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah.
The Lakers are a fade,
OKC.
Though. The Lakers are not a team that are going to moving forward.
Would they ever dare, they're all so starstruck, would they ever, call the Atlanta Hawks and try and work out a deal for Young? That would be an awful mix. An awful mix.
It's something they would do, but no, because of Luka. How the hell do you have Trae Young and Luka together?
And then Luka.
I'm telling you what, though, the Lakers are starting to find out what I told them, and I warned them about Luka. They're incredibly, JJ is exasperated and frustrated. He doesn't play defense. He bitches at the refs all the time. He walks the ball up the court. It limits the possessions. I'm telling you, man, he's a stat guy, Luka. I know they made it to the finals and stuff, but players don't want to play with him.
We'll talk some NFL, some hockey with our guy George Kurtz right here on the Grid coming up.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel at Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and you may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also say healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
And welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the Grid. Hour number 2 on a Monday. We got some college football, a little college basketball, NBA, and hockey. So with that and a little NFL preview, let's bring in our good buddy George Kurtz, SportsGrid host we see in here all the time on the Grid. What's going on, George? How are you tonight? Nope, we don't got his mic on. We don't. Yep.
We got an audio issue with Kurtz.
Little audio.
Let me just bring up here, Scott. A little bit of a surge from Mississippi Valley. We've cut the lead to 14. Let's go.
Right.
We are getting 11, right? I'm getting 11. So it's like, come on, man. Keep this, keep the tie going here. Total up to 124.5. And Illinois State just got a pass interference call. So
nice.
Where are they now? They're on the 19-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They just threw it to the end zone on first down, incomplete. But they're lingering. It's 21-7 right now. There's about 9 minutes left in the third here, so it's a big possession. I imagine they would settle for a field goal if they had to here. There's still a lot of time left, but something to keep our eye on here in this game. Kind of want it to open up here a little bit.
Yeah. The quarterback for Illinois State's got those weird old school shoulder pads on. You know, most quarterback shoulder pads are smaller than the average shoulder pad. He's got the ones that are like pointy, like the old it's kind of weird.
Man, some of those old shoulder pads were massive. I was watching highlights of Michigan the other day.
Yeah,
came out to like the guy that was like massive. Let's see when we see the Rittenhouse, but yeah, the pads and the jerseys in the old days. Yeah, you're right. He's got the old sort of square sort of things. Yeah. Not a lot of QBs have that. He's a smaller kid. Maybe it's for a little bit of extra protection. Yeah. 3rd and 9 coming up.
All right, big play. Oof, just missed on first down. I seen the first down when they were in the end zone.
Yeah, the kid, it was like.
Yeah, just a
I
little
swear,
bit.
man, this team under pressure, guy. It was sorry, Kurt. Oh, we're waiting for Kurtz's audio, but yeah, Again,
Yeah,
bro,
that's
on
what-
third down, like under real duress, he just threw a bullet for 10 yards for the first down. This team, Illinois State, they really do have ice in their veins. Like, they don't get nervous.
Yeah.
Like, down and third and fourth downs, they convert and stuff. They've been very scrappy.
Not bad. He's not a bad little quarterback. And that's not like generally a great 1AA, if you will, program. I went to school at Southern Illinois, so
No,
but
like
Illinois
you said,
State
they're
was kind
unranked.
of like
This is a Cinderella story, yeah.
Right, it is. It really is a good Cinderella story. So, but
Well,
right,
here
we'll
he
see
is.
what
Here he
happens
is
there.
running for the end zone now. Like I said, there's total scrappiness. Man, is he small though, Scott, for real. Like, look how
Yeah.
small he is. Like, watch this. Like, when you see him standing next to the players,
Right.
like, he's small. Like, he's like, he looks like Doug Flutie. Like, he's small. He's like, he's got like a Doug Flutie thing going to him.
But 160
Yeah, look at his pads.
pounds.
You're right. Yeah, you know what's going without those pads. He would
They
look
got the
like
goofy
he
pads,
doesn't even look
yeah.
like a football player. I know. Like, he looks like
Oh.
someone dressed up as a football player on Halloween. Like, he's got the big pad on.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what you
Reminds
don't
me
look
of
like
the
a
longest
quarterback,
yard.
kid. Yeah, like, you'd be like, yeah, listen, you don't look like a starting quarterback, kid. Like, you can't wear those
Yeah.
pads. But like, must be like, yeah, listen, let him wear those bigger pads. We got to keep him healthy out there.
Yeah. Somehow we can throw it though. He's got a decent little arm. So.
Third and goal
Let's
coming
look
up
him in
now.
third and goal. They got to go for it. I don't think they would kick the field goal. Let's bring in George Kurtz. I think we got it all fixed. What's going on, George? How are you tonight? No, we don't. Okay. We'll get back to George in a second. All right, back to the shoulder pads.
You figure
So-
Kurtz would be the one guy we wouldn't have problems with, right?
Yeah, I know. He's one of our guys.
That's why, exactly. All right, third and goal. Oh, they throw it, but they get a pass interference in the end zone. Didn't like the play call,
Wow.
but they get bailed out. It's going to be first
Nice.
and goal on the one.
All right, we'll take it.
But
We'll
man,
take
it's
it.
taking a lot of time. We're at the 6:32 mark right now.
Yeah.
Total's 52.5 right now. And you know it's sort of baked into the number, guys, because they're on the 1 yard line here. So, like,
Yeah.
what does it move to, Scott, if they score a touchdown? 53.5? Like,
53. Yeah.
yeah,
1
like,
point, maybe
it's
2 points
baked
top.
in. They're on the one.
We just got to hope they score, and that ticks off Montana State like the last time they scored. It took them, 30 seconds to go literally 75 yards. So you hope the same thing would happen here.
And
then
or
we'll
if you're an
bump up.
overbetter, the old overtime starts to come into play a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
way Illinois State play, maybe whereas this game is going to be 21-21 or 28-28 soon.
Yeah.
Let's see. They are
Something
scrappy.
tells me
Let's
they
see.
scored. Something tells me they scored.
Nah, I'm watching. They didn't.
Buffalo, yeah.
They didn't. They they threw. I don't like the play calls. They just threw the ball again on the one. Like, stop throwing the ball so much. Run the ball.
Yeah.
Like you said, this Rittenhouse kid's scrappy.
Yeah.
He's small, but he's fast. I just sort of let him
Yeah.
not up the middle, but
Little
just sort of a
bootleg.
wedge, Scott. Yeah, a little bootleg off the wedge and tell him
Yeah.
just find that little hole, kid. Like, not a speed thing to the edge, but he's small enough. Just find that little lane, man, and
Yeah.
pop through. Like, dive through.
Use those big shoulder pads of yours and just barrel somebody over, you know?
Because,
I mean,
now they just ran on second down here with the running back, and they tried
Yeah.
just sort of power football. But Montana State have some big kids on that
Yeah.
D-line. You're going to have to trick them
Yeah.
a little bit here. You're going to have to go misdirection or something. Third and goal
Yeah.
from the one coming up. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Now you start doubting. How many times are you going to get,
Yeah, this
third
is
and
like your
goal,
seventh
second and
play
goal,
from the
first and goal,
inside
get
to three
seventh
here.
place?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so
They're gonna
they
go
got
for
locked
it.
now at FanDuel. Yeah, you have to. Oh, they
Oh,
scored.
boy.
They scored.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Man, it's taken
21-13.
7 minutes and 18 seconds. They ran the ball, and this is crazy how they score, just for the record. I don't know. This is going to be, Scotty fumbled, and it was recovered by an offensive lineman in the end zone.
I don't think you can do that. So you have to
Yeah, but they're
record your own
ruling
error.
they're ruling it a touchdown, so was it touched? It must have been touched.
Oh,
You
by
can't
Montana
advance
State,
it on
man.
your own, but yeah.
Yeah.
The Montana State coach is like asking about this, saying, what the hell? And the referee right now. We have the sound down, but the referee just gave an explanation. But now we're going to a review. Oh boy, nothing's ever simple. Like Kurtz's audio. There we go. Okay,
we
so
gotta sweat it out.
is he down or not? That's it. We got to see. Was he down at the 1? Let's see. He goes down. Is it a fumble? Yeah, this isn't a touchdown. It's gonna be 4th down on the 1, but I don't know, Scott. He went down at the 1 yard line. No, so the ball hit the ground and it popped out. So like the ground caused the fumble.
Oh,
but
it's not a fumble then.
Then it bounced off of the Montana State guy's feet, and a kid on Illinois State fell on it. So they didn't technically advance it, right? It touched Montana State.
But when he put the ball down, it popped out.
It should be ruled down.
Non-fumble.
I thought it was. If I'm the referee, Scott, I say it's ruled down. I say it's ruled down. It wasn't a touchdown when he was down. No. You know what?
I gotta see the replay here.
They just upheld it, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's a touchdown. They're calling it a touchdown. Yeah, they upheld it. They're kicking an extra point now. Montana State coach is not happy and looks pretty confused about this.
So. He reaches over.
You see it, so you see it now. Look, yeah. I'm seeing looks
the
down
the
to me. Like I would have called him down at the half-yard line.
Ooh, I just saw an angle where the ball was actually coming loose. As he lunged over, as he's being tackled right at the goal line, he lunges over. The ball does come
you're
off.
right. It is kind of slipping loose.
Yeah. Wow.
So if that doesn't hit Montana State, the kid can't recover it. But since it hit Montana State, he can recover it.
Yeah. It hit number 6's foot for Montana State.
What a screw job for Montana State.
Wow. That's a tough one. The guy fumbles the ball, right?
Yeah, the whole lineman.
There.
Hey, smart move. Unlike Charbonnet, Scott, that we agreed on was an accident, that kid knew what he was doing when he fell on the ball.
Yeah.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also say healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. So we hooked up with our good buddy George Kurtz, Sports Grid host. You see it here all the time. Hopefully we can hear him now. What's going on, George? How are you tonight?
Yeah, don't jinx it, all right. No NFL, right?
Yeah.
So it's a weird Monday night without football here. So we got 4 hockey games going on now, and I've also been,
What do you mean there's not
watching
football? There's a
watching my
national
favorite,
championship game, George, right now on. It's not no football. There's no NFL football. There's an FCS
Anybody who
national
knows me
championship
knows
game.
I don't watch college. They don't expect me for college here. So, but I was going to say before I was interrupted is that also watching my favorite Chuck Norris movie.
Which is, dare I ask?
Oh, you gotta take a guess. Not like we haven't seen
I'm
it.
not a big Chuck. I don't know. I don't know names of movies.
Delta
Delta. Yeah, see, I probably watched it. I don't even know the name of it. Tell you the truth. You know, one of those goofy. I'm like that with songs too. Songs and movies. I can't bother myself with names. So
you wouldn't win on Jeopardy or a trivia show, you're saying?
No, I would not.
None of us are winning on Jeopardy
unless
unless there's 6 sports categories, right? Those questions are impossible.
Yeah, those would be good. You know, give me a game and in which 5 getting jumped off sides or something like that. That I would have. Rangers and then Utah. If there was one automatic play tonight in hockey for me, George, it was Rangers and then Utah. You got to go under. Another Ranger home game goes under 2-2 heading to overtime. Do you have a dog in a fight in that one? And would you take a team now heading into overtime?
Yeah, I took both. I was on the under as well. I feel the same way as you. The Rangers can't score at home. On the road, they can score. Neutral, they can score. Yeah. But at home, they just don't here. Shesterkin got hurt tonight, too, and that might be something there, which really, if he's hurt long-term, that might be the end of the Rangers season here. But I was on the under in this game. I'm on Utah as well. Once again, the Rangers don't win at home either. All right, so we're going to sweat this game out as it's in overtime. The under's already clinched here, so we need Utah to get the game-winning goal here.
Mm-hmm. How about game that's starting now, basically? 5.5 minutes in, Seattle and Calgary. I like the over in that one at 5.5. It's still 5.5 now. You're getting plus money, but any thoughts on Flames and Kraken?
Yeah, Flames are cracking. I mean, the Flames are a little bit different team than they were early in the season. They couldn't score goals early. They were losing pretty much every game here. They were going to trade everybody away. They've turned it around somewhat here, where they're not an easy under anymore. I didn't take the over totally. I left that one alone here. I did take the Kraken. Hey, we have a win here. Utah, shockingly, beats the Rangers in overtime. So we cashed there as well. Utah scores the game-winning goal in OT. And that's it. Bye, Rangers. Bye.
Yeah, I would go under the 5.5 now. And the Kraken and Flames. It's scoreless right now. We're like 5 minutes into this game. It's kind of a big game, for these teams, right? They're in the same conference. Calgary's trying to play themselves back into the playoff picture, and Seattle have been playing well over the last 2 weeks as well. Right? It's a big game for both these teams. So I sort of have that early playoff sort of intense vibe to it. I could see it end up being a 3-2 game. I lean with the Kraken as well, but I think the under is the play here. But it's minus 155 now. And Montana State moving the ball. It hasn't been pretty. They took them getting into a third down. Then they got a big pass. Now they're on like the 30-yard line. So we'll see if they can finish this drive off with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
How about Minnesota and L.A.? Any thoughts on that one, George? Basically pick them.
Minnesota, right? They're the better team and playing well. I mean, and as Gabe and I have talked about many times here, right? The Quinn Hughes trade seems to work out pretty well for both teams here. Quinn has played outstanding here. You can take his props to get 2 points right, and it's just crazy for a defense, but he's been that good for Minnesota. LA, they need goal scoring. They need to find goal scoring somewhere by the trade deadline. They're not really getting it. So I like the Wild in this game. Once again, I didn't bet the total here, at least not yet. The game starts in 15 minutes here, so maybe I'll change my mind here. But I kind of lean towards the under, but I'm afraid Minnesota may score 4 goals all by themselves.
Touchdown, Montana State.
Nice.
Touchdown, nice. Dowler. Taco Dowler.
They got some weird, goofy names on that. Yeah. They got some. They got some funny ones.
He's a white kid too. It's quite the name for a white kid. Taco Dowler.
We need Illinois State to score because every time Illinois State scores, it takes Montana State literally 5 plays or less to score.
It upsets
they get ticked
like
off.
You said.
Yeah,
it upsets them. They're like, how dare you score on us? And they score right away after.
Rinky-dink Illinois State. What are you kidding me?
So we got 28-14 now.
Speaking of scoring, 1-0.
Oh, well, what does the total go to 6.5 now? Does it say? Yeah, it did. It went to 6.5.
Yeah,
wow.
probably not. Did it?
It did.
Really? Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, under 6.5 minus 135. So this might be a shot. If I like the 5.5, you like the over 5.5, but 6.5 is the middle here.
Yeah.
And Sweden have taken a 2-0 lead on the Czech Republic right now. 8 minutes left in the second period of play, and man, this kid Frondell on Team Sweden is unbelievable. And it's almost scary actually to realize. So he's 18 years old. He's been like it looks like just sort of like better than everybody else when he's on the ice. And he was selected 3rd overall in last year's draft by the Chicago Blackhawks. So just thinking a couple of years down the road now, you're going to have Bedard. Now you're going to throw this Swedish superstar with Bedard into the mix with Nazer. Blackhawks have a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah. One more year of not good play, get another high draft choice. That's the thing about hockey, though, right, George? I mean, you could draft these guys, but it doesn't mean you're going to get them the next year. These kids are so young and so inexperienced and so whatever. It's not like football. So
no, but hockey, it's not like baseball either. They do play earlier than baseball plays in the minors for 3-4 years. They do play earlier. It just amazed me. Matthew Schaefer of the Islanders is younger than my daughter, who's 19. That just killed me.
Schaefer, that surprised even them. Like, it surprised everybody. Yeah. Like, I mean, everyone knows he was going to be like a star and stuff, but the fact, like, he's kind of the exception. Like you said, most of these draft picks, Scott, like, they get drafted and they don't really become – a lot of them don't play in the NHL for like 3-4 years, right? They go back to junior and stuff. So they'll get drafted, they'll stay in junior, or they'll they'll play on their national team and stuff. They'll play in another league, right? Like, there's always a couple of years away. There's very few, like few and far, that just impact players in their first year.
Yeah.
They're all kids.
George, yeah, I mean, they're so young. It's amazing. 17, 18, 19 years
exactly.
old. It's remarkable how young some of these guys are. So, George, good job. We'll appreciate it, and we'll spend a little more time with you next time to get the bugs all worked out. Thanks, man.
Anytime, boys.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel that Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October, unless they get a really good veteran quarterback. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe closing up shop. Quick 2 hours as it always is. Couple of finals have rolled in. First up in the NBA, the Pistons just annihilated. That was kind of one of my system plays, even though I didn't play it today. But I always like playing on teams that got eliminated by the club that they're facing in the postseason the year before. And the Knicks eliminated the Pistons. And what really was a really good series, believe it or not. But they killed them tonight, 121-190. Celtics beat the
Bad
Bulls,
night for Dolan.
115-101.
Rangers lose
what
and
else
Knicks
happened?
lose.
Oh, yeah, Knicks and Rangers, yeah. Jeez.
Good night for New York bookies. The bodega, the old school bodega players. Good night for them. Knicks lose, Rangers lose. Perfect.
Perfect, yeah. The good old days. I miss those days. I really do. I know it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, and it's so much easier now.
Still there.
I know a couple. Oh, yeah, they're definitely still there. No two ways about it. Thunder have not made any run at all. Wow. They're trailing now 90. This is the craziest. This will be the craziest NBA regular season score this year. Charlotte at the end of 3 leads OKC 99-71. 28
Has there been a bigger upset than 15.5?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It kind of is. The Nuggets have lost a few big ones this year. You and I talked about that.
At home.
The Nuggets have lost them like a couple of times in head scratchers.
Yeah.
The Raptors have lost a pretty big. The Raptors lost like to the Nets once or the Hornets once, a pretty big favorite, but not 15.5. More in the 12 range, like type thing.
Yeah.
Just saying, there are upsets in the NBA. You'll notice, I think you'd agree with this. There's more upsets now than there used to be in our old days.
Oh, yeah.
The old days, the games was over. It was a rout. Like one team, and the good teams didn't quit and stuff. They'd run it up the score, and it was like, you're not coming back on Magic and Kareem. It's over. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be like, yeah, you're not coming back on Clyde Drexler. It's done. The game's done. Or like they're not going to, Jordan won't take it easy on you because you suck. He's going to look at it as a night to go off and drop 50. Like Kobe looked the same way. He didn't think, oh, yeah, we're playing a bad team. He'd be like, oh, good. Tonight I'll drop 80 on you then. Right? Like the modern teams, though, Scott, they take nights off, load management. There's a lot of upsets in the NBA now all the time. Hell, look at you took the Nuggets. You're good at taking these teams with all the injuries all the time. They seem to win half the time.
They were getting 15 tonight, and they're down 64-63. We're down 1 early third quarter.
So I don't know, though. Was there a 19-point underdog? I'm sort of thinking once.
It's got to be more than a 15. Not that there has to be, but I'm thinking there was a bigger underdog. Like one of the Wizards beat somebody. Let me check them.
We'll find it. We'll see. I'm sure. We'll get the numbers. Like I'll find it overnight here.
One of the listeners, one of the viewers, let us know.
Yeah, but it is one of the bigger upsets. 15.5. And the fact, I guess the fact that it's Charlotte and Oklahoma City, which makes it more sort of like, you know what I mean, like daunting. But so quickly for me on the way out here, guys. Speaking of the NBA, the league that it is, like we got some plays. We got the Raptors though. I'm on the Raptors and they're rolling the Hawks. Good. No, they just won 118-100. It just ended. So 118-100 final score. So yeah, give me the Clippers plus 3.5. Zubac over 9.5 rebounds. Utah Jazz plus 6. And Portland and Utah's got to see 241.5 now. So it's come down a point. So I'm going to go over the number with you there.
All right. I like the over there, the 241.5. I'll lay you off the Clippers and Warriors. The Warriors to me are just so up and down. You just don't know. Is Draymond playing? Is he walking off the court? Sometimes they look like the champs. Other times they look like the chumps. They're a strange team, so I'll stay away from that one. No, college basketball tonight, which is kind of weird. That Michigan State game was the last game on the board at 8:30. Kind of.
I know. You're right. You would expect some late night action. Like hell, on Sunday night we had late night action last night with Gonzaga and all that.
Yeah. Our Mississippi Valley State, they're down 14. 2.5
they're
minutes
lingering.
left.
There's 2.5 left. I know. Maybe
it's not going
what about
over
tomorrow. I'm looking tomorrow, Scott. We got some good one. Duke Louisville tomorrow night. Duke's at Louisville.
Ooh.
Georgia at Florida. Michigan at Penn State tomorrow night. Oh, Michigan, like 23 on the road at Penn State tomorrow.
Wow. 23 on the road. That's
Iowa at Minnesota, TCU, Kansas, Texas at Tennessee, Texas Tech at Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
UNLV, Wyoming. So we got a full slate of ball tomorrow night.
Yeah. Kansas,
That'll be our
TCU.
focus tomorrow. College basketball.
Yeah. That'll be good. Now the college basketball season is here. There's no more bowl games. There's no more goofiness. It's now college basketball takes center stage. So, again, good job.
And one more quarter of
always.
this.
We'll be back. Yeah.
Let's go, Bobcats.
Montana State.